Hi guys, Con here. So today I am at SDAC office in PJ and I'm here to pick up the new Ford Ranger Wildtrak for review. So to start this video off, I'm going to show you a side-by-side comparison of this new Ranger Wildtrak versus the old 3.2 liter version. Now this new Ford Ranger Wildtrak 2 liter bi-turbo, okay, it is now priced at 145,000 ringgit. Not exactly cheap, because this old 3.2 went for thereabouts of 130,000 ringgit, right? So you're getting a smaller engine, more powerful, but you're getting a smaller engine, but for 10,000 ringgit more than the old model. So let's look at the changes between the two models. Okay, so if you park side by side, right, then the changes become obvious, because when you look at it at first glance, it is not immediately obvious what was changed from that to this. But you stack it side by side, then you see the differences more clearly. Okay, it is a slightly different tone of orange. Okay, this is a slightly different tone of orange, and also you notice that they still have the orange on dark trim contrast, right? But the elements are rearranged a little. So this piece, okay, this trim, this whole sort of like grille piece, this remains actually the same shape. Okay, it's just that they have switched from this single horizontal bar to this split bar design. But it is at the flanks here. Okay, once past here, this part, okay, this was darkened. Now it is colored, and the fog lamp is now isolated into sort of like one square. Okay, the headlights are also different. Okay, let me just show you the headlights. This one has halogen headlights with bulb type DRLs. You notice that this strip here is a reflective chrome strip, whereas here you get LED headlights with an LED daytime running light here. Okay, rim design is the same between the two, but you notice the new model has this additional corner sensor here, which the old one there does not have. The old one here has this one, but yeah, this one is a new addition to the design, to the body. And you see this side, well, this is a fake vent. Okay, this is a fake vent, and now here it says bi-turbo. Whereas previously in the older model, it indicated the vehicle's engine capacity. So it shows here 3.2 6-speed auto. That one just shows bi-turbo. Of course, now the new Ranger, those with the 2-liter engine, they get 10-speed automatic transmission. It is the same transmission as shared with the Ford Mustang. Now, there's a lot of talk online going that in the Thai market, there are issues with this 10-speed automatic transmission. We have spoken to Ford people about it. They told us that the issue has been resolved. They have recalled the units that were affected by those transmission issues. Of course, whether or not that affects our market here, that remains to be seen. You will need this kind of thing. You need time to tell. Okay, let me just show you the rear end of the old Ranger Wildtrak. Okay. Alright, so you get this sports, sort of like plastic sports bar at the top. Okay, and here you get this contrast trim, and this handle here is unpainted, and you get a reverse camera here. Now we come to the new one. From the back, same lah, no difference. Let's go inside. Okay, now this particular unit is locked, but let me just show you quickly what is it like inside. So just to show, this is the upholstery of the old Wildtrak. Okay, and here is the dashboard trim. And now we come to the new one. Okay, you notice that the seats, okay, the seat upholstery pattern is different. You still get leather and this Wildtrak stitching on the seat. The old one had semi leather, okay, so it had part fabric, part leather. This one is almost full leather, and well, with a bit of fabric here, right? And you notice that the trim inserts are different. You get this smooth gloss trim on the dash. Now, as mentioned earlier, right, The new Ranger, those powered by the 2-liter bi-turbo, they get a 10-speed automatic transmission. So you see a new gear lever to show for that. And so one thing I already immediately don't quite like is that you actually have these rocker switches for manual selection, which I don't think is a brilliant idea. Simply because, right, you're driving, okay, you use these rocker switches for enthusiastic driver. You're driving, and then suddenly when you want to switch, you reach here, right, you can't immediately tell, which is plus, which is minus. It's not intuitive at all. So I would actually much prefer the old-fashioned way of pushing the gear lever to either side, and then you push up or push down, either way. So the manual selection of the gear, to me, it should be something that you intuitively able to do without needing to look at one. Okay, that it does not have pedal shifters, to me is fine, but this one, to me, tak boleh lah. Cannot, man. This one cannot. So let's give you one overall look of the dashboard. So you see the Wildtrak here, you get this virtual instrument cluster, well, semi-virtual instrument cluster. The speedometer is an analog, a conventional analog speedometer, but it's flanked by 2 LCD screens that you can fiddle about. Okay, so you can choose various functions, and I think this one can also control. Yeah, so it's very logical. This pad here controls the left screen. This pad here controls the right screen. Very straightforward, no hassle. So on the left screen, you get to see entertainment. You get, well, navigation here doesn't mean sat nav lah. It's just it shows here the compass. But hey, the car actually has built-in navigation to the GPS. So I assume if you were to search for a location, okay, let's try, new route. I'm just going to go to one of the places around here. Okay lah, Uptown Hotel, whatever lah. So let's calculate route. So, and start navigation. So right here, let me just drive off a little. I'm still inside the compound, so it's okay.
Take the next right. Then
no.
take the next right.
Why doesn't it tell me the direction from this screen here? It doesn't make sense. Alright. Anyways, let me just park this aside. Alright, and I'll continue to explore. So you get also phone. This is, well, when you connect your Bluetooth lah. So we come here to this right screen and explore. So you get to show various functions. Display mode, distance to empty. You get to show the tachometer. Yep. Distance to empty. So various, this is the fuel economy, average fuel economy, instantaneous fuel economy, driver assist. Yeah, so you activate all these various features. Now the Wildtrak version is this new Ranger Wildtrak comes with active cruise control. It comes with various lane keep assist. It comes with pre-collision warning. It comes with autonomous emergency braking. So this is a major step up where pickup trucks are concerned in regards to safety. Yeah, okay, so that's it. And let's look at the center console. So you get this USB port here. This is useful. Another USB port here, 12-volt socket here. And of course, I should show you at the back, right? They have another 12-volt socket with a 3-point plug that was already there. I showed you previously in the Raptor, so nothing new here. Large center console box. Okay, so let's go for a drive. Now, as we have seen with the Raptor, this 2-liter bi-turbo engine has the straight line performance to keep up and outpace the old 3.2 quite easy. And when you're driving one of these next to a 3.2, you probably be thinking, wow, you feel very good about yourself that you are paying a quarter of the road tax and you're getting more performance at the same time. And you're not wrong to think like that. So, but what would be the saving grace if you were still come back from a 3.2? Or more pertinently, what would those who go for this new 2-liter miss out from the old 3.2? And there's only one thing. The old 3.2 still has that inherent big capacity smoothness that no 4-cylinder engine, however well tuned, can match. The old 3.2 just has that smoothness in its revving that this new 2-liter engine, or even the old 2.2 4-cylinder engine, simply just does not have it. It just does not have it. Yeah. So those of you who drive the old 3.2, you can continue to enjoy that, that effortlessness of the large capacity engine as you pull gently from very low speeds. You apply minimum throttle, you pull gently from low speeds, and the car just moves off smoothly without any fuss. A 2-liter engine, well, you will still pull, but somehow that feeling is just different. Yeah. But of course, in terms of when you're measuring it from sheer objective terms, the new 2-liter bi-turbo engine, definitely you look at it, it is superior in every way on purely objective terms. Of course, the other benefit of downsizing from 3.2 liters to 2-liter, besides the obvious economical benefits, would be the benefits in handling, right? Because you have a smaller engine up front. This 2-liter engine, from what I saw when I opened the bonnet, it is practically almost fully behind the front axle. And when you have that, means that there is very little of the engine's weight in ahead of the front wheels, and that reduces the car's tendency to understeer. And that means the steering, the front end's response to your steering inputs are sharper and quicker. But there is also one aspect about this steering that I have to point out. Now, the Ranger was the first pickup truck in the market to go to electric power steering. I believe at this point in time, it is still the only pickup truck to be running on electric power steering. And well, the benefits of having electric power steering is that you reduce the number of moving components, and in general, in town driving, actually, an electric setup is preferable, because usually electric power steerings are they are able to they dial in a greater degree of assistance, and they usually feel lighter. This steering is very light, and it is to the point where sometimes I find it a little disconcerting, because I'm driving this big ass pickup and the steering is light enough for me to steer like this. Okay, I can just I'm able to put in very large steering angles with very minimal effort. Now, I realized that the steering assistance, the steering weight picks up as the speed increases. So it is a speed, I believe it is a speed sensitive setup, but still, for a pickup truck to feel this light on the such a heavy vehicle, to have such a light steering, to me, I find that just somehow it is a bit disconcerting. Yeah, but it is otherwise, it is the flip side of it is that it means that this is very easy to drive in town when you're going in tight spaces. A light steering is always preferable, because when you have to make very sharp low speed turns, you don't want a heavy and cumbersome steering. So so they obviously gave a lot of thought to owners who are using this truck more frequently in urban surroundings. Now, comparing the Wildtrak to the Raptor, definitely the handling is nowhere near as sharp, okay, but it is, well, where pickup trucks is concerned, it is thereabouts of the segment's benchmark. I still think the Triton has a plusher ride than this, but only ever so slightly. And I also find the Triton's steering to be more communicative. All right, the Triton steering gives me a more greater confidence. Okay, maybe because it is not as over assisted as this one at low speeds, right? But so at high speeds, if you take the Raptor aside, I think I would still go for the Triton Myvac as my pick for a pickup truck with good road manners. But this one, the Ranger here, the selling point, the USP rather, or you know, the pros of this car is that once again, right, Ford has raised the segment benchmark with regards to, you know, with regards to refinement and technology. Because we go back to, you know, the time of the Ford Courier, it was Ford that, you know, introduced the idea that the pickup truck can be a viable alternative to a passenger car. And it was with the Ranger T6 that Ford was the first in the wave of now all these current gen pickups that incorporate way more car-like features and driving behavior than ever before. So at 145,000 ringgit, this fella is not cheap, but you are getting really the segment's class leader in terms of technology and refinement. Handling dynamics, it loses out to the Triton, okay, but this new 2-liter bi-turbo engine, even though, right, the refinement of this engine cannot match up to the 3.25 cylinder, but it is a big leap from existing 4-cylinder powertrains in the market. And I believe also that's also aided by the fact that it has a very smooth shifting 10-speed transmission. So all in, yeah, not cheap, but definitely a class leader, definitely. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed today's video. If you like my content, click on the subscribe button. Press the bell icon to toggle the frequency of updates every time I upload a new video. And don't forget also to check out the channels of Bobby, Bing and Fadil, okay, of the Horizon team. And until my next video, thanks for watching. Bye for now.